Hi everybody, today I am reacting to a video titled "What is Your Value" by Mr. Madan Gowri. He starts off the video by giving an illustration as to how people treat a paper cup. So he says that as long as there is coffee inside the cup, people treat it with care, and then after they drink the coffee, they smash the cup and they throw it. Well, the understanding from that illustration should have been, if your value that you share out to your fellow man is just usable for one time, then that is the way people will treat you. So it is imperative to understand that people are drawn towards those people who give value. So that is the reason you can find some doctors, very popular, very famous. I came across this illustration of this doctor. He did not study medicine at all. He never went into a medical university. He never was trained in medicine. But yet he opened a small clinic near Kilpauk Medical College, just diagonally opposite to Kilpauk Medical College. And you can find scores of people lined up. I'm telling you an illustration which dates back sometime during the 1960 era. 1950, 1960, because this information was passed on to me by some elders. So they were telling me this man was never trained in medicine. He never had that expertise of practicing medicine in a prominent medical universities or medical hospitals. But yet there were scores of people lined up starting early morning, sometime around 4 o'clock or so. 4 a.m. Could you believe that? How exactly did he treat the people? His treatment was basically pseudoscience, merely pseudoscience. Now, though he treated people with pseudoscience, yet people adored him and people flocked to get his consultations. So it was, I was told that he used to use a long pipe, and he would always ask the patient to take one end of the pipe and place it on the chest, while the other hands was connected to two other pipes, just like a stet. And he used to place it onto his ears and find the heartbeat, and immediately he used to diagnose, it seems. That was the way he performed his clinicals. He performed his practice. And there were scores of people lined up to get his consultations. Now, why am I placing this illustration? Just to show to you that people adore you, cherish you, and flock at your doorsteps if you would give them continuous value, either in a sustained fashion or in a fashion that you would think appropriate. So that is so much so to talk about paper cup. Now next, Mr. Madan Gowri mentions about a boy having a good friend, and he assumes this person to be his good friend, and later on he comes to know that this friend was treating him or talking nonsense about him or bad-mouthing him or foul-mouthing him. And then he goes to his dad and tells his dad, this friend of mine whom I consider to be a great person and a good guy apparently is foul-mouthing me. And then the dad says, come on, I'm going to tell you the reason for that. His dad tells him to place a stone on a table and gives him instruction that whenever people passed by his table and inquired about the stone, his dad tells him to raise his fingers like this. So apparently a lady comes and sees the stone and gives a quote, something around 20 rupees or something like that. I'm not sure. And then his dad again tells him to go to a museum, and he gets a quote of 20,000 when he raised his hands, figures like this. And then his father then tells him to take the same stone and go across to the other end of the street where he can find a gemstone shop, a jewelry shop, something like that. Spread a table and place a stone. And then someone walks by and again he shows two fingers. And then this guy gives him 2 lakhs. So and then his father gives him a conclusion saying that your value depends on the place where you are. And then Mr. Madan Gowri ends the story saying that you need to find your gemstone shop. So that's the story Mr. Madan Gowri says, that your value depends on the place where you are. Well, there are just a few problems with the story. One primary problem that I've noticed is that, look, a friend is bad mouthing you behind your back. First of all, you should not have any connectivity with the persons like that. You should sever your relationship with such type of people, because these people, they are considered to be the weakest characters. They are considered to be beta males. When you are not there, they like to waggle their tongue, so much so. That's their nature. So you can't stop these people. Now you got to understand that people like that are very weak in character. So foremost, you should not even be a friend or have this person as your friends, because they are like worms. They are like maggots. They are like cockroaches that will spoil your life, your career. So if you find out somebody is foul mouthing you, bad mouthing you behind your back, first and foremost thing, sever all connectivity with that person. Now, to mention an illustration saying that just because your value is less, your friend is treating you like that, it's inappropriate. You know why? A friend is a person who loves you irrespective of what value you have within yourself. So there is a popular phrase, a popular saying which says, a friend loves you at all times, irrespective of who you are, what have you become in life. He loves you no matter. So that is the element of friendship. So just because this guy treats you in a very shabby manner, and to have an illustration that because you are not of higher value, so this guy is treating you like that. No, that is not the right illustration to connect the bad mouthing friend. So now, when I saw this article, when I saw this content, what is your value? I was thinking Mr. Madan Gowri is going to produce or is going to share something of critical importance. But apparently what does he do? He takes up an issue between two friends and then relates it to an illustration which is not pertinent to the age that we are living. Why it is not pertinent to the age we are living? I will tell you the reason. First and foremost thing, you try this illustration by yourself. You take a stone and place it on a table and ensure that the people are walking around the stone and see the reactions that you're getting. And then you raise your 2 fingers again and then you wait and see how they react. For sure, the reaction would not be as you were expecting, or the reactions that people, or the reactions that you have read in the news or read in the articles about this stone story. This illustration cannot be pertinent to the age and the day that we are living. Why? Even if you are selling gold, people wouldn't believe that you're selling gold, because today the times have changed so much that the element of authenticity is not measured on the words that you say. They need a lot of validations for that. Now, having said that, if you were to go anywhere closer to a museum and do this gimmick, for sure you will be hunted down. And the same would be the case, whereas if you were to go close to a gemstone and do this experiment. Of course, long time ago, all these things were possible. Now, why am I giving you these illustrations? Just to mention to you that towards the end of the video, Mr. Madan is mentioning that you need to go in search of that gemstone shop. Honestly, you don't have to do that. There is just one problem with that. The problem is that now when you go looking for such stores, you are telling yourself that you need to do something out of your own limits to become a person of value. In other words, you need to become something which you are not in the first place to be regarded as a person of value, which is apparently not the case. You know why? All the elements that are required for you to become a person of value is deep within you. It's inside you. You need to bring that thing out. You need to bring it out. Now, I would like to give you an illustration. There was this statue in a marketplace where it was put up for sales. So a lot of rich people passed by, and one of the rich man, he wanted to buy this statue. So he wanted to know on the first place who created this statue, because he doesn't want to buy something which is fake. So he required the authenticity from the person who made this, from the person who made the statue. So he inquired around about the place to find if he could spot the creator of the statue. Now, numerous inquiries leads him to this guy who is seen sculpting some artifacts. So the rich man goes to this sculptor and poses a question. Sir, I came across a statue, and at the marketplace I was told that you were the person who created that statue, and so I would like to buy the statue, but before I could buy the statue, I would like to know from you if you were indeed the man who created the statue. The guy, the sculptor, immediately said, no, I did not create the statue. The rich man becomes very wild, and he poses the same question and he gets the same answer. And he says, if you haven't created this statue, why people around there are saying that you are the creator? Why not you take the pains of clearing the air that you did not create the statue? You know what the sculptor remarks? He said, sir, with all due respect, I did not create the statue. The statue was always in the store. I merely removed the unwanted parts from the stone. Are you getting the point? When everybody who saw the stone merely saw the stone. So the point I'm trying to tell you is, when you stand before the mirror, all you see is a person whom you consider a person of less value. But you do not know what you're capable of. You do not know what feats you can achieve, what greatness you can accomplish, how many mountains you can scale, how many world records you can break, how many gold medals you can win. You're not aware of that fact. Why? Because it is hidden. So the point what I'm trying to tell you is, if you go looking for this gem shop or gem store shop, you're never going to find it. You know why? It never exists. Coming back, reiterating the point which I am focusing on. To become a person of value, you don't need to be looking for locations. It doesn't matter where you are. You know what? There's a saying in the English language. If you are a person of value, then the world will beat a road to your doorstep. Remember that and work on yourself.
Long time ago, there used to be these. Even now, you have so much advertisement saying that if you eat this medicine, you will become strong. If you eat that medication, you will become strong. If you eat this composition, you will become powerful. You know what? Everything is in the mind. It's in the mind, and the mind is not in the brain. Remember that. People always associate the physical entity of the mind to be the brain, but no, it's not in the brain. Okay, so to become a person of value, you don't need to go from places to places to places searching for that unique spot which would bring about or increase your value. All you need to do is just work on yourself. So, thank you. Until I see you all again, have a wonderful night.